Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Going to go over our trades for today, Thursday, November 19th. Had two trades, pulled out 3.6 pips on a size-adjusted basis. One was a swing of 10% of our normal size, and one was a scalp of 20% of our normal size. We'll go over them in a second. Not a whole lot of economic news this morning. We did, the ECB was out with their meeting minutes, came out just pretty much as we were getting in the office. Really didn't say anything too drastic. They say they must re-examine the degree of policy accommodation in December and be ready to act if necessary. But we already know that. They've been pounding that for quite some time, saying that they may have to increase QE program, buying other instruments, whatnot. But they did say something about inflation. They say deflation risk is not excluded, of course. We know some countries in Europe have already gone into deflation, so really nothing new there. And then jobless claims came out this morning, but that comes out every week, every Thursday, and it is pretty much in line, actually, so it really didn't do anything for the market. Funny enough, they say that jobless claims is hovering near 4-decade lows. So they want us to believe that jobless claims, right, which is people looking, putting in claims for not working, is at a 4-decade low, but yet we know labor participation rate is at levels since 1977, which is basically 4-decade lows. So I guess if you were to just look at jobless claims, you'd say, wow, that's fantastic, right? It's at 4-decade lows. The economy must be rocking and rolling. But then you look at labor participation rate, and that tells the real story. It tells a story that over 94 million people are not in the labor force. It tells a story that unemployment rate is actually closer to 20%, not 5%, the way the government is telling us. Labor participation tells us that the 94 million people that aren't no longer considered in the workforce, they're not even receiving, or some of them are old and retired, and some are children under the age of 16. But the ones that aren't even eligible to receive unemployment benefits anymore because they can't find jobs. Their unemployment benefits ran out. The government won't extend it. And so the government doesn't even count them as wanting to work. So they assume they found a boatload of money, they hit the lottery, inherited money from a grandmother, an uncle, whatever their situation is, or they just had enough money squirreled away that they don't have to work again. So it could be a 35-year-old guy that's got laid off and his unemployment benefits after whatever it is, two and a half years, whatever you can extend them out to, has terminated, and he has enough money squirreled away that he doesn't have to work anymore, comes from a wealthy family, whatever. It's absolutely absurd. We know there's not that many wealthy people in the country. That's almost a third of our population. So, but whatever. That's what the government wants us to believe. So they could go on spewing their whatever. I'm not going to get into it any further than that. Let's get into our two trades. First one you're looking at here was pound US dollar. This was a scalp. It wasn't a full scalp because we were risking in the neighborhood of 70-75 pips. So we had 20% of our normal size, and we pieced it out. This is actually the average price. We got out of some in the 60s, got out of some in the 70s, and then the last piece we put at break even, which we got out pretty much break even. So we were long it from 1.52523. Our total place where we got out because of the last piece breaking even was 1.52636, 11.3 pips, equivalent to 2.3, as we had 20% of our normal size. We thought it was going to bust through the figure, so that's what we were looking for, and we threw. We originally were going to look to sell around 1.5295 if it happened while we still had the computer on last night, which didn't. So then we actually moved our profit target up to 1.5240 or 35. It actually went to 34, but it did that after we were stopped out. You could see it dip down, stopped us out here, and then took off. Well, it came back overnight, and then this morning really popped. So, excuse me. Um, our target for that last piece was almost hit or just about hit. Unfortunately, it happened about 8 hours too late, 9 hours too late. So, but we'll take the 2.3 and move on. U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar, we were long this as a swing. We had 10% of our normal size. We were long from 1.32825. It did come in a little bit against us, but we were risking much more than this, upwards of over 100 pips. That's why we had 10%. And then this morning we came in and we figured the analysis, I don't know, just the dollar might be under a little bit of pressure here. The chance of a rate hike has actually been going down over the last few days. After the employment numbers a week or so ago, it was 70, I think it was as high as 74% chance, basically 0.75% of a chance. And it has since backed down to about 60%. And the Fed minutes yesterday, even though it sounded, if you read the Fed minutes, it sounded like December is pretty much a go to raise rates. The street is not so sure about that, and the dollar's been therefore backing off. So obviously, if they were to start raising rates, it's going to be bullish for the dollar. If they don't raise rates, it's going to be bearish for the dollar. So, or even if they were to cut rates, it's bearish for the dollar. So we decided let's just get out. We put an offer out here when we came in this morning, 1.3295. We actually got taken out 1.32951, and it actually just breached the 1.33 level by close to a pip there. So, but we'll take it. Even though it's a swing and we only picked up 12.6 pips, which is equivalent to basically 1.3 pips, we'll take it. Sometimes we do our analysis every morning, every evening, and you have to make a decision. So we'll take it and we'll move on. So that's it. We're going to wrap it up. 2 trades, 3.6 on a size adjusted basis, and we'll move on to tomorrow. Hopefully this market picks up next week. I would imagine it's going to be slow as well with Thanksgiving coming and Wednesday everyone traveling. So I know just from experience the day before Thanksgiving's dead. Thanksgiving is the market here is the banks here are closed, bond market's closed, stock market's closed, so we'll be trading that day, and then we won't be trading Friday either. So we may try to trade on Wednesday. Anyway, so that's it. We're going to wrap it up. If you're still trading now, good luck. If any signals come out, they'll be coming your way. And have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow, assuming we get some action tonight or tomorrow morning. All right, have a great day.